How many times have you said to yourself, I will start when I feel motivated. I will start when I have all the energy. Yes, today I'm going to share with you why motivation is a myth. Motivation equals mediocrity. But before I go into my topic for today, I want you to do me a favor, comment and subscribe. And straight away, let's go into today's topic. Like I asked you at the start, how many times have you said to yourself, I will start when I feel motivated? We've all been there. You've been there. I've been there. One of the things I'm learning is all great achievers in life, they don't wait for motivation before they can go to train. All the champions of this world don't wait for motivation before they can pursue their goals and dreams. Do you know what they do? They don't wait for motivation. They just do it. They just go after what it is they have to do and execute. They don't wake up in the morning and say, oh, I'm going to wait for motivation to come before I can go for training. They don't wait and say, oh, I'm going to wait to, have all the energy before I can actually go on that football pitch. And that's what I titled this video, Motivation Equals Mediocrity. Because one thing I've realized is the only reason you haven't achieved your goals and dreams is because all the time you're waiting for motivation. All the time you're waiting to have everything in place. But I'm here to remind you that if you're waiting to be motivated, then you're going to be waiting for a very, very long time. How many times have you gone to bed and you wanted to, let's say, my laptop is gone off, and you wanted to, you set yourself an alarm and say, I'm going to go to the gym in the morning, and ping, that alarm went off, and you say to yourself, oh, I don't feel motivated. Let me share something with you. If you want to succeed in life, write this down. I want you to ignore your feelings. What am I talking about? I'm talking about feelings to do with energy, feelings to do with motivation. Of course, you gotta listen to your feelings. If you're not really feeling well, that's a different story. But if it's anything to do with achieving your goals and dreams, if you're in good health, you're in good condition, and you say to yourself, I'm going to go to the gym. You wake up in the morning, we all want to stay in that warm duvet because it's cold, it's freezing outside. Whatever country you live in, it's cold, it's hot. Let me tell you something. You will never feel motivated. How many? 9 times out of 10, you never feel motivated. And let me ask you a question. How many times do you wake up feeling motivated? How many times do you wake up feeling excited? How many times do you wake up feeling like you're on top of the world? Let me tell you something. 99% of the time, you don't feel motivated. You wake up, you don't want to go to the gym. But what happens when you actually walk into the gym and start exercising 5-10 minutes? You're on that treadmill. You know what happens? The energy comes after. And that's the second one I want you to write down. Yeah? Motivation comes from doing. So don't wait for it. Motivation comes from doing. First one I said, ignore how you feel. Next one, just once you start doing something, motivation will come. So number 2 is motivation comes from doing. Once you start doing something, that's why you feel motivated. Once you start doing something, that's why you feel energized. Once you start doing something, that's why you have a feeling of confidence that you can actually go on and execute on your goals and dreams. When you hear all great achievers, they will say they didn't care how they felt. They just built that discipline. They knew they were not going to be feeling up for it every morning, but they went and trained. Do you think Kobe Bryant used to wake up in the morning and say, oh, I'm going to wait for motivation before I can go and train? No, it didn't matter what was going on outside. It didn't matter what was going on in his body. He knew for him to be one of the greatest basketball players on this planet, he knew he had to just go and train. If you ask Ronaldo, Do you think he likes to wake up so early in the morning? Do you think he wanted to be the first person and the last person on the pitch? No. So because these great achievers had a mindset where they understood that motivation doesn't come it comes from doing. And if you're going to wait for motivation, then let me tell you something. You are going to be waiting for a very, very, very long time. So next time you want to pursue something, forget motivation. The times I don't feel like shooting these videos, but I know if I'm waiting, then I'm not going to shoot the videos. The motivation is not going to come. But once I start shooting these videos, I get into the groove. I feel so good. I feel so energized. And sometimes I end up shooting more than 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 videos. It's because I started. Because I understand that analogy. That motivation comes from doing. So if you don't do, you're going to stay a mediocre. That's why, again, I say motivation equals mediocrity. If you want to be a great achiever in life, forget motivation. Yes, I know sometimes we need motivation. Sometimes we need something from the outside to really energize us. But what if that thing from the outside doesn't show up? What if that thing you're waiting for doesn't show up? Are you going to wait? So that's what I told you today is motivation equals mediocrity. Next thing is, I want you to adopt the Nike slogan for you to beat this myth of motivation is just do it. When you want to do something, just do it. When you come up with an idea, just do it. When you have a dream that comes to mind, just do it. I'm not saying don't do your research, but don't be researching forever. Just start. When I wanted to do my first motivational seminar, guess what? I didn't have all the resources. I didn't know what I was going to talk about. I didn't wait for motivation. But guess what? I just did it. And that's what momentum comes from. See, when you start doing something, that's what you're going to be energized. So I want you to really think about this idea. We all know I'm a motivational speaker. But guess what? That's what I'm learning. That if I'm waiting for motivation, then sometimes you just have to push yourself. For you to be a great achiever, sometimes you have to push yourself even when you don't feel like it. Sometimes you have to push yourself even when you're down and everything seems like it's coming, trembling down on you. But you do that and realize that motivation is not for great achievers. It's for mediocre people. Great achievers, they're all into doing. Great achievers are all into being disciplined. They don't care how they feel because they know your feelings will talk you out of your goals and dreams. Let me mention that again. Your feelings will talk you out of your goals and dreams. There's so many times you want to do something and your body tells you, oh, I can't be bothered. Your mind saying go for it, but your body says, oh, I don't feel that energy. I'll just wait until I get the energy. Let me tell you something. Sometimes all you need is to start and the motivation will come. So those are the ideas I wanted to share with you, that motivation equals mediocrity. So let's go into the tactics again. Number one is I want you to forget your feelings. Forget those feelings because you know what? They will lead you astray. So don't listen to those feelings. Next one is I want you to just do it. Just do it. Just like the Nike slogan. So that's what I want to share with you today. And please do me a favor. Comment, subscribe, and share this video as I go towards hitting 1,000 subscribers. And also, don't forget, like I always say, motivation equals mediocrity. If you want to pursue your goals and dreams, I want you to remember that it's on you. No one is coming to save you. It's Come Be Inspired. And as always, remember, have a great day.